Man, why can't we just have nice things? Why does a nice win have to get ruined? We don't always have to have something dramatic going on, you know? How about just on to next week? Now, after the Bills loss, I get it. It was a really bad loss, so negative things are going to be said. People want to talk about what needs fixed, etc., etc. I get it, but after a win, a great win, mind you. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just continue watching, but I'm sure you do, because we'll get into some of the stupid storylines that have ensued since yesterday's game. So this topic doesn't really fall in line with the drama stuff I was talking about in the intro, but the question has been getting floated out there. Is there a QB controversy in Pittsburgh? It's pretty simple to me. The simple answer is no. We still got to see if Kenny's cleared from this concussion protocol. So if he's not good to go, obviously we're going to be rolling with Mitch against Miami. But if Kenny is cleared, yeah, he's the starter. Kenny didn't do anything to lose his job. I actually do think he played pretty well against the Bucs. Hell, we were leading whenever he got hurt. Mitch just really stepped up. And don't forget, there was a reason we made the switch from Kenny to Mitch. Because if Mitch was playing like this through the first 3.5, 4 games, then he'd still be the Steelers starter. Hell, he'd be in conversation for the MVP. He'd be considered a top 5 quarterback in everyone's quarterback rankings, but that just wasn't the case. So right now, you got to stick with Kenny. The GOAT said it, I say it, and also I'm assuming Tomlin will say it in his upcoming press conference. It's just not one of those things you want to be wavering on, going back and forth between quarterbacks. But I don't think enough good things can be said about Mitch and his performance against the Bucs. Now, if Kenny can't go against Miami, it could be a different conversation next week if Mitch absolutely balls out, throws for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. Now, that's a different conversation. But as we sit here right now, Kenny's the guy going forward. But since we're on the topic of Steelers quarterbacks, there was a report that came out yesterday by Jerry Dulac that unveiled a potential reason as to why Mitch got benched in the first place against the Jets a couple weeks ago. Dulac says in his Post-Gazette article, Trubisky was benched against the Jets following a locker room confrontation at halftime with receiver Diontae Johnson. Multiple sources have told the Post-Gazette. According to sources, Johnson began yelling at Trubisky to throw him the ball more, even though Johnson had a pass skip off his hands. That resulted in an interception and failed to get his feet in bounds on what would have been a 23-yard touchdown in the first half. Trubisky stood up to Johnson and a heated exchange occurred. That's when Pickett was told he would start the second half. Okay, so why the hell does this come out now? I mean, this story has probably been known about for what, 2.5 weeks since the Jets game? But all of a sudden, Mitch gets an opportunity. He plays well. This story comes out. Stir the pot a little bit. My takeaway is I just really don't give a shit. I'm not doubting that there was some type of confrontation between Mitch and Diontae, but was that the main reason or the only reason that Mitch was benched against the Jets? I'm saying no. Anyone that was watching the first however many games could tell that the offense was, for the most part, lackluster, and we needed more from our quarterback. So I don't care what the hell was going on in the locker room. We needed something to change on the field. This is just one of those things where I'm like, who cares? A quarterback and a receiver arguing about targets, offensive role, catches, passes. That's a tale as old as time. Now, I'm not sure how critical a part the disagreement played in Mitch getting benched because I feel like there were other factors at play, like the stadium being dead in the first half, like the offense not putting up enough points, like the offense not converting enough third downs, like the offense not staying on the field long enough and moving the chains and keeping the defense off the field. Like, there were other things going on that I think contributed to Mitch's benching. Now, if this was the tip of the iceberg, so be it. I just really don't think it's that big of a deal, though. And now the last story, as it pertains to some of the drama I was talking about in the intro. Now, I don't even know where this one started. It was a local reporter dropped a video, and people started running with the little snippet of where Boz is yelling something. And it's quoted as saying, "It ain't because of you, I guarantee you that." And I think a lot of people are saying it was directed towards Canada. But let's have a look and break it down. I feel like this is such a reach. Like, we don't know who's on the right side of the camera. We don't know exactly who it's directed to. We don't know the context of where this could be coming from. And also, we don't know Boz, but from what we do know about Boz is he's a pretty chill dude. He's a team first guy. Is this something we would expect him to say to a coach after a win? And the coach I'm referring to is Matt Canada, and I think he actually coached pretty well on Sunday and definitely contributed to the win. So if it is confirmed that Boswell did direct that comment to Canada, then my response will be, I think Boz is flat out right wrong there. And I got a feeling that the comment is probably associated with something that we have no clue about. Hopefully Boswell clears it up, but if he doesn't at the same time, like, who cares? Who gives a shit? Because all we're doing right now is making assumptions, and there's no point of doing that. Why make this story a bigger deal than what it needs to be? On to Miami. That is it for this edition of Big Deke News. Let me know what you guys think of some of the controversy that has ensued since the Steelers win against the Buccaneers on Sunday. But again, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay chilling. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Peace.